What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for swinging into the Pixel Playground on Ataxis Games. Join us at twitch.tv, Ataxis Games, youtube.com/Ataxis Games for everything that you need, video games, all related. I'm joined by my beautiful, beautiful co-hosts. We're going to start out with the Frenchman. Frenchie, how you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing good. I got a package in today from Target.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to show you guys on the stream.
Oh, okay.
Check this out.
Oh, that's sick.
Ooh. Oh, okay. That's cool.
And it
has
It has this little crank on the bottom that you turn it. And
Yoshi's and the Yoshi's feet move. You told me about this. How many pieces is it?
It's 1,200 pieces.
Woo. Yeah. Good Lord.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad.
I was just at that massive last couple weeks ago was at Disneyland. They have that massive Lego store in downtown Disney. Mm-hmm. And they have like a lot of cool Legos there. I don't know what it is. I don't really collect Legos, but they seem to be far more expensive than they were when I was a kid.
Yeah, if you're looking at some of the premier sets, they're like anywhere from like 300 to 500, even more than that. But
I was looking at that crazy like 9,000 piece Millennium Falcon.
Oh my god, that takes forever.
It was like $1,000. I was like, what? Why? So
yeah, you figure there's a lot of R&D that goes into it. And,
yeah, sure.
Just making the manuals themselves and having them each picture like coherent. I'm sure that takes a lot of time.
For 9,000 pieces, I'm sure that manual probably cost us at least 3 redwood trees for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like just in paper.
Yeah,
I miss manuals though from the Nintendo era. You get the manual inside of the thing. Better days, my friends.
Open
better
it,
days.
You smell it.
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, let's go from wisdom to beauty over here. Tory Pines, how you doing, my friend?
Dude, I'm good, bro. I'm sore. I got beat up for just an hour. I just took my first jiu-jitsu class. That was sick.
Nice.
That was my first one. I did like wrestling like 1 year.
Sure.
That was fun, man.
Man, how you fit a lot of activities in, man. It's really impressive.
I kind of ebbed and flow. The pickleball, I've kind of stopped for a little while.
Is that still like a huge thing, or is that kind of? I feel like I don't hear about it as much anymore. But just in general, is it still really big? Or
my friends, they play all the time. They're like, "Where the hell you been?" I'm like, yoga, weightlifting, volleyball, and now jiu-jitsu.
Cross training.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's that's the ultimate cross train right there. You're just like, I don't do one thing for too long.
I know. Sure, I'm a Enneagram 7 or whatever, so I got the variety gene or whatever you want to call it. I get bored easily.
Well, but you know what though? It's the more things that you do and the more experiences you have, you get to look back at the end of your life and you get to be like, I don't regret. Like, you're never going to be one of those guys that's going to be like, I wish I would have done that. You're going to be the guy that's like, look at all the stuff that I did. I had a really full life, and that's a beautiful thing. I like that.
Yeah. I've pretty much tried it all.
But I wish I had a little more of that in me. I tend to be like very risk averse, especially as I get older. I feel like I get even more risk averse, and it's taking a risk for risk's sake is maybe not the smart. Don't be doing parkour up on like a 50th floor. But I could probably branch out a little bit more. So there's a little bit of envious there that you just have that free spirit enough to just go and do that. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'm in pain. My neck hurts, my back hurts, my ankles hurt, but it's totally worth it.
What's that old thing that old axiom that a bunch of people always say, pain is just weakness leaving the body or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's on everybody's shirt.
As medical personnel, we all know that's some bullshit, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
My brother-in-law is a Marine, and he has that quote on the back of his shirt. And I always remind him, like, hey, did you know that pain is weakness leaving the body?
It's like, I wasn't aware. All right, Frenchie, you came up with a great idea for the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
And let's dive into this, man. This looks like a good idea.
Okay, so I think
can I look at it too?
Well, I'm going to read it off to you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
So I thought it would be a good idea to do an icebreaker at the beginning of each month, and we'll just kind of go over every single game.
Yeah.
Not every, actually, that would take too long to list. I'm just going to list a lot of notable games, and I want to see how many of you guys are excited for it.
Hey, Tori, you know what we can do is when he reads off the names, if you open up like a notepad on your computer, you can just tick off a box, make like a number or whatever, or like a tick, and then we can just count them up at the end.
Yeah. So whenever you guys are ready, I'm just going to start listing off some games and just tally it up as I go.
Okay.
Ready?
All right. Yes.
Okay. Sure.
We're going to start here. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Patrick Star Game, Until Dawn, Diablo 4: Vessel of Hatred DLC, Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Europa, Metaphor Refantasio, Starship Troopers Extermination, Undisputed, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, Just Dance 2025, Neva, A Quiet Place: The Road Ahead, Super Mario Party Jamboree, TMNT Mutants Unleashed, Romance Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven, Yakuza Kiwami for the Switch, Atari 50 The Anniversary Celebration, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, Ease 10 Nordics, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Dragon Age of the Veilguard, Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, and Alan Wake 2 The Lake House DLC. So out of all those games, how many did you guys tally up?
Oh damn, bro! Like how many total?
I tallied 11.
Oh wow, there's more than 11.
11.
I think. Oh,
there was more than 11 that I would be looking forward to.
You were talking about. Yeah, no, like 6.
Okay. Maybe, not bad.
Yeah, like 6.
It's a stacked month, and I didn't even include any PSVR 2 games. Not that you guys would play those, but
I wouldn't play those. I don't have one, and I would probably barf everywhere. I saw you're playing Max Mustard.
Hell yeah,
earlier. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll go over that. I played like maybe about an hour and a half of it so far.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I marked down that I'm excited for Silent Hill 2, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Metaphor, of course. Yeah. I'm a huge Starship Troopers fan, so I'll check out the game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be awful, but I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
Darksiders 2, TMNT, Romance Saga 2, Atari 50, COD Black Ops 6 for the campaign, not for the multiplayer. East 10, and then Life is Strange True Colors. I've always been a fan of the Life is Strange games. I don't know why.
I've somehow found myself playing all of them.
Oh wow!
I played 1 and 2, True Colors. I mean, they are what they are. If you're into for like a narrative experience, and I feel like some of it's kind of cheesy, but it's still enjoyable. Yeah. Funny thing is, out of all those games, I feel like only one of them called my name, and it's the lamest answer. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. But in my defense, there's 5 VR games that I'm getting as well. So let's just make that number 6.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
like such a loser.
Nordic game, that looks cool. I like the East games. East 10.
Yeah. I need to branch out and try new things.
I love Silent Hill 2. That was like my favorite Silent Hill game, so I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, actually, that one's on my radar too. I didn't include that, but I was probably gonna wait for a sale, wait for reviews, see how it is, and then maybe get it on Black Friday or something.
Here's the thing: 11 games interest me, but how many am I gonna play? Probably like 3.
Yeah,
I'll play Silent Hill 2 for sure. I'll play Metaphor for sure, and then probably the COD campaign, because it's going to be like 6 hours. It's like I like COD campaigns, like I like the stories, but the multiplayer I'm good on. I don't need anything like that. And earlier I said Life is Strange, and I said True Colors. That was actually the last one. This one's Double Exposure, which shows you that I haven't played True Colors yet. So I played the first Life is Strange and part of the second one, and that was about it. But I liked it. I liked the first one. So
yeah, they're cool.
We'll see.
I was going to ask you about COD. Are you going to play it on Game Pass?
Oh yeah, on my PC. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not paying for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to play the campaign for free and then never touch it again.
That multiplayer looks pretty frustrating because it has that omni movement and everybody's like jumping around and doing 360s in midair.
A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people, I guess the big thing that everybody's excited about with that is that you can like sprint sideways now. Which is like something that I guess, I mean, honestly, it seems like something new, right? I don't know any games where you can like dead ass sprint to the side, but yeah, like honestly, dude, Call of Duty is 1, full of cheaters, and 2, full of sweats. and like
Yeah.
Fortnite is about as sweaty as I can get, and COD is way more sweaty than Fortnite, dude. Like at this point in time, way more sweaty. I can't do it, man. I'm getting old. My reflexes are not what they used to be. Like, give me fighting games and I'll play Fortnite, and that's about it. So
for sure. I haven't got into like a COD since Black Ops, the original.
Yeah.
I think that was the one I played.
The Black Ops
like
games
4 or
are
5
fun.
days. Yeah.
I liked Call of Duty Cold War, like the 1980s one where they had like I thought it was cool that they were able to do like a digital recreation of Ronald Reagan and you know what looked like I don't know if it I think it was actually Robert Redford too was like in that game. Pretty sure.
Kind of looked like Kurt
Russell.
It looked
like him.
But that main character looked like Kurt Russell, but yeah, it was probably Robert Redford.
I mean, it wasn't, but the character's name was Adler, but it looked like Robert Redford from Spy Game is what it looked like, and it's kind of cool. But
yeah,
Tori, we haven't heard from you. Which games on this list are you actually thinking about playing? You know, you don't.
Well, okay. Metaphor, I'm really stoked for, but as such a.
It's a commitment, dude. The game producer came out and said that it was going to be as long as Persona 5, so just buckle up for that.
Yeah, and I still haven't beat that yet. I want to beat that. But you know the whole thing with the Persona games and the Alice, they're going to come out with a new version, a royal version, 5 years down the line, all the DLC, all the stuff.
5 is the only one they've done that with, though. Yeah. So before, the only reason anything was changed was because of a format change. So like famously Persona 3, right? Then there was Persona 3 Portable. And then there was and then Persona 4, it was like there's Persona 4 and then there's Persona 4 Golden, which was on Vita.
Yeah.
So Royal, I think, was the first time where they really did the DLC thing for the same system, the same platform, I should say. Everything else, I think, has moved, but with the success of those, I would expect maybe to see a little more too. But I don't know. Persona 5 was a weird one. It was so mainstream. Like they did a Musou, Persona 5 Strikers. Yeah. With Persona 4, they did the fighting game. They did the dancing game. Yeah. So,
Yeah, that's why I'm hesitant to jump on the bandwagon. First off,
my thing with Metaphor is because it's a new IP. I don't think that you get the same.
That's true.
I would think that it's going to be a little bit more like the Shin Megami Tensei games, which aren't as popular, that they don't do these, I don't think Atlas is in the, business of throwing money away. So.
Yeah, but they know how to rehash stuff and make
sure.
It too. So I'm like, it looks cool. Honestly, I'm very excited for their premise. I was watching some previews and the demo and all that stuff, and I think it's a great idea. I think it's I'm more fascinated in this than the Personas, the SMTs, and all that stuff. So,
I'm very excited about it. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You guys didn't want to try the demo out, huh?
I didn't try the demo.
No,
I didn't want the demo to ruin it for me in case there was something that I didn't like. I'm just I've seen enough that I have enough faith that I just want to go in fresh. Like I don't want a story beat spoiled, or sometimes what happens when I play a demo is that subconsciously I start looking forward to where the demo content is. And then because I just want to slam through it. I did that with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth when the demo came out. And when I got to those demo parts, I was just like, I don't want to do this again. I tried to get through it as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Just because you want to see what's next. So I don't want to do that to myself. And, I know better, but we'll see. We'll see.
I felt like that Rebirth demo I played 3 times.
Yeah.
I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but then I ended up playing it over and over again, just waiting for it to release.
I feel like we all said, we're not going to play it. We're not going to play it. And then we all did.
Yeah.
Maybe Tori didn't. Maybe
I played it.
You played it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just I never play demos anymore. I remember back in the day, demos were the coolest thing ever. Getting that disc in the magazine and stuff. Oh,
do you remember the PlayStation Underground?
Yes.
Yeah, PlayStation Underground was so sick.
Yeah.
I definitely had a subscription to that.
Yeah, that was cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was going to say, I'm sure those discs cost a lot of money now.
Oh, yeah.
on the resale market.
I did. I had. I think it was EGM that did like the variety like demo disc or whatever back in the day. Electronic Gaming Monthly. You'd be able to throw it in. What a simpler time. You can get like 8 demos on a disc. It's kind of cool.
It's good times.
All right. Well, like I said, I saw you playing Max Mustard earlier today. What's up with that? Let's get into the games we're playing.
Okay.
What is?
So Max Mustard, it's a small VR game that's made from these Australian developers. So it's actually technically coming out in the future, but since we're not in Australia, we get the game a day early. So I started playing at 3:00. So this game is like a Astrobot clone, and it's blatantly an Astrobot clone, and they know it. They have respect for the game. They love Astrobot. So VR platformers, it's very rare. There aren't too many of them out there. I could probably count maybe like 5 or 6 off the top of my head that are available now. So this game plays like a classic 3D platformer. There isn't really anything it does different or anything new, any new ideas. So it kind of sticks to that classic structure. There is some sections where you have like a gun in your hand while you're platforming, so you can shoot certain obstacles or enemies as you're playing. You have your little patented Astrobot rocket boost thing that you can kind of go from area to area. It's a fun game. It's very no frills, but I'm having a great time with it. VR platformers are just, you can take an ordinary game and just make it, one step higher. Like it just being in the world as a spectator and platforming, it just feels so great. So I'm only about an hour and a half in, just having a great time. I finished the whole first section of the game, and now I'm in the second section. I don't think it's going to be too long. I could probably get the entire experience done in maybe 5 or 6 hours, which is cool because there's a lot of stuff coming out this month that I have to get to. Other than Max Mustard, I've only played one other game, and that was Armored Core 6: Fires the Rubicon. This was a game that I tried last year. I just could not get into it. I didn't like it at all. So a year later, I'm giving it another chance. I was actually doing pretty well with it. And then the thing with this game is it has like these really crazy difficulty spikes. Not insurmountable. Like, I mean, you just got to keep trying and, making different builds and see what works. But I ended up actually finishing the game. I don't have any desire to do New Game Plus or New Game Plus Plus. It's kind of encouraging to do so because there's different missions based off of the decisions you make. So you can have like a whole new set of missions just based off of what selections you make in the game. But I'm not really compelled to do anymore because I don't like it too much. But it's one of those kind of games that I don't think I've played Armored Core since PS1. So sure, I just wanted to see what it's all about. Had some fun with it, but it's really like I said, the difficulty spikes are kind of annoying.
Yeah. Overall, how would you say it compares to other From games in terms of difficulty?
It's not as hard, but I feel like
it's not get away as from hard that. As like any of the others, or
as any of them. Yeah, I would say it's easier than Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Demon's Souls.
Easier than Elden Ring.
Easier than Elden Ring.
Okay.
Yeah, for the most part. It's just very unbalanced. Like you'll have these missions where it's like a cakewalk, and then there's some that are like just normal difficulty, and then certain bosses are like you got to get kind of sweaty because they just can't get away from that difficulty that they're known for. Like they just have to put it in there. So certain bosses you just kind of got to maybe try 5 or 6, 7 times before you beat it.
And I heard maybe even switching the types of like mechs that you use can help ease or make a boss harder depending on what you use. Did you find that to be true?
Yeah, so I'm more of a classical bipedal mech player. You can do like a tetrapod or have like tank legs and just like literally be a tank with a bunch of health power or hit points or whatever, and just have. I mean, you could break the game if you wanted to. If you know what weapons work against what bosses, it'll be a piece of cake for you. So I learned late in the game that there's a particular weapon that you have on your shoulders called stingers that just stun the enemy like super quickly, and then you could just like unleash a barrage on them. But the thing is that the bosses have the same access to the equipment you do. So the AI is actually really good. Like they'll dodge. Like you'll be firing missiles off, and they're dodging them. You feel like you can't even hit them once. There are like melee weapons which are really cool, like jackhammers and swords and stuff. So the thing is, like, if they stagger you, you're fucked. Like they're just going to unleash on you. So it's kind of like a cat and mouse game. You got to pick and choose when you want to attack. But it's kind of a steep learning curve. I feel like if you're into robot games, like it's awesome. Like you'll love it. But for me, since I don't really play these games too often, I thought it was good. It was a competent game for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely am not into those. Tori, what have you been playing, man? You finally got your hands on Echoes of Wisdom, yeah?
I did, yeah. But I was gonna mention like the mech games and stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Like, you ever got into Super Robot Wars at all? You ever played those or heard of those?
I haven't heard of that one. No.
Super Robot Wars. It's like a mashup of all the robot anime and games put into one.
Oh, so like Gundam and all those others? Okay.
Yeah, tons of them, man. And some of the podcasts I listen to, they're all about it. And I have a few of them on Switch, but I have such a hard time getting into them just because I've only watched like Gundam and a couple of series, and they have like even Cowboy Bebop in there and stuff, even their mechs. But it's just I wish I was more into the mech scene.
If they threw in classic Voltron, I'd be in there, bro.
I think one of them has Voltron in there.
Really?
It's just all I should look it up, but I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe not because it's Japanese. Isn't Voltron like Transformers? Isn't it American?
No, Voltron's Japanese. It's not called Voltron in Japan. I forget what it's called. Let me see. Voltron Japan.
And then,
anime. Let's see. It is an adaptation of Beast King Golion.
Oh wow!
And that's actually, I guess, it's on Crunchyroll, so you can watch the pre-adaptation of Voltron. Voltron was cool though; I liked it.
That's dope.
You guys remember Virtual On?
Yeah, dude,
that was kind of more like fast-paced, arcadey.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool game.
When I was at that arcade I went to in Denver, they had that.
Oh, nice.
And I was trying to play it, and it was so hard.
Oh, was it?
Literally, I literally tried every character, and I could not beat the first person. I was the first robot. I was so bad.
Oh, geez.
Different abilities. I was like, I don't know. I'm so bad at games nowadays, I think. But those kind of games, at least. I was going to ask you, Max Mustard. Is that kind of more like Astrobot, like the OG PSVR?
It's pretty much just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It looked like a platformer with like just cutesy characters and stuff. What I was seeing.
Yeah. It's like the Wish version of Astrobot Rescue Mission,
like the Temu version.
Yeah. And I say that in the best, best way possible.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what they call dupes. All right, Tory Pines, what are you playing, my man?
Dude, yeah, pre-ordered Zelda, got it. Oh, so good. I probably haven't put as many hours into it as you have, Matt, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, you probably put more. I've only got like an hour or so into it.
Oh, really? Okay.
My daughter's going through a phase, so it's been really hard to get quality gaming time in, and I didn't want to start something that I wanted to fall into. So I'm kind of just doing easy to pick up, easy to put down, or like games that are infinitely pausable that I can go and, deal with that. So not as much as I want, but go ahead. I've got thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's really fun. I love the take on it. It's like they took the ideas from Tears of the Kingdom and just mashed into 2D kind of Link's Awakening. But it's like Zelda Necromancer almost a little bit. Like, I know it's an Echo, they're making an Echo, but I love how you can take monsters and just make copies of them, and you can make multiple and have them fight for you. And I don't want to spoil really much anything because there's some really cool scenes. And you're like, oh, you can do that, you can do this, and you can figure things out on your own. And you're like, oh, that's so cool. It's such a good idea. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm kind of at the open world part where you can kind of explore everywhere and unlock things. And I definitely got into spots where I'm like, I'm way not like low level, but I'm really not ready for this area. So I go back, but they make it easier because they have all the warp points. So you can zip around and find places to grab warp area, so you can go back to it later. So, yeah, I'm in the Gerudo Valley right now. It's really good.
Tell me about the combat. How are you liking it? Because it's not a traditional Zelda game where you're swinging your sword and whatnot.
It's more strategy, man. It's more strategy. I mean, the majority of the time, which I love, because you're right. It's not like timing, swing your sword, dodging. It's more like you're running away. you're just running away and letting your monsters like fight for you. You can't. I don't know. You can fight against them in a short amount of time. But it's just super fun beating a monster, making a copy of them, having that, and then figuring out which one's the most effective towards those monsters later. So Zelda's ability of just twirling around is so convenient because she literally just twirls around everywhere and you can just dodge everything. And then, and the monsters themselves aren't that smart, but Spheromancer, yeah, you turn into Link for a short period of time, and then you can swing your sword and so forth. So,
yeah, I think I saw that there was like a bar that kind of like was draining as you were using it.
Yeah. You have like a short amount of time, and you can level it up later and all that stuff. But it's definitely when you first get that power, it's really cool because
yeah. So the monsters you get, they're called echoes.
They're all called echoes.
Okay. So I saw in the interface when I feel like it would be a problem down the line because once you have a certain amount of echoes, you kind of have to go through your list, right? And then you can select which one you want.
Yeah.
It looked like there was only one row.
Yeah. So
I'd imagine if you have like 50 of them, you got to go to that single row all the way from one end to the end. I just wish they would have added more rows.
You can make a favorites. Like
you can
save your favorites. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
But no, that's like the biggest hiccup in the game. The most complaints I've seen online is that interface is terrible. Because when you get a new character or a new echo, whatever it is, it might be a new pot or a box or a monster. You literally have to scroll all the way down until you get to that, and then once you use it, then it'll be up in front.
Okay. So they have a little bit of workaround. I just feel like they could fix that.
The one thing that I will say is that at least when you're going through and you pull up like the inventory screen to go through your echoes, at the very least, it pauses like the action on screen. So it's not like you're going through this huge, long single line and then you're worried about getting hit by enemies. It almost turns into like the menu system for Final Fantasy where everything stops and you go and pick whatever you want and then go through there. So there's at least that. But I agree, it's pretty obtuse. And I think that's just honestly, I don't know, man. Sometimes Nintendo games for me have really shown that like the way that they map the controller is just kind of weird to me. But I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting what Spheromancer says.
Yeah.
He says, I was just listening to a podcast where they're wondering if the Switch 2 scroll wheel triggers were real and if Echoes of Wisdom was originally made for the Switch 2 for this specific reason. That'd be
super interesting.
Yeah, because that would make it so much faster. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to have like an update for Switch 2.
Damn.
It would make sense because mapping it to like the D-pad is really weird to me.
Yeah, that would totally make sense. Yeah, and then the frame rate's kind of, I mean, it slows down.
Are you playing it docked or are you playing it handheld?
I did it both.
Okay. Did you notice it? Well, I've only played it handheld.
Yeah, I did it on my. I played it docked, and I still get some frame rate issues. But
okay,
I mean,
that's just Switch showing its age, man. Yeah, like there's nothing to be done for that,
So.
Yeah, I noticed in handheld mode, even just default, I could see like. It sounds weird, but unlike Tears of the Kingdom, I noticed the frame rate on this game more. When you look at the character models and the stuff, though, you would think that you wouldn't because it doesn't seem as detail oriented. Yeah. I just think that the frame pacing on this game is not as optimized as what Tears of the Kingdom was. So this, I actually noticed that this is running at 30 FPS. And it's pretty obvious. Now, that's not to say it doesn't take away. And like I said, I have thoughts too. I want to let you finish, Tori. So go.
Oh
ahead.
Yeah, you're good.
I have some technical stuff.
No, my last thought on it was, I was addicted to Breath of the Wild and I beat the crap out of that game. But when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was like, oh man, the overwhelming. Like my brother loves Tears of the Kingdom. He plays it. That's like the only game he plays. But I don't know what it is about open world games. And you guys, I'd love to hear your opinion on it. But for some reason, Echoes is like, it's not as overwhelming in my mind. Like, it's not as big in my mind. It seems more accessible. I love how you can, explore and jump on things and build, take a bunch of beds and build a bridge to jump up and find things and all that exploration. But it's not as daunting as Tears of the Kingdom, where you could spend 2 to 3 hours just, trying to go from one place to the next, going, down into the ground or up in the sky, and not get as much reward. I don't know. What do you think about that mentality around that?
Well, I think that kid just came from open world fatigue. There's so many stinking open world games there for a while. I mean, there still is. Yeah. I feel like this Zelda game is more, I don't want to say it's small, but it's more bite-sized, It's not as expansive, and there aren't 100, or 1,000 map markers to go see and do and collectibles. It's just kind of very gameplay oriented in a smaller scale, which I think is desirable nowadays.
Absolutely. I felt the game's coming out.
And that's did you play anything else, or is that pretty much like been your week?
Pretty much it. I got some physicals in, but no, that's pretty much what I got. Yeah, just so.
Okay.
What's the mission structure like? Is there like a map marker that tells you where to go, or do you just kind of have to listen to the? Oh, okay.
Map markers everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess this is where I can kind of jump in a little bit too. Well, I agree with Tori. I like the way that this is structured. I do think that it is a little bit of a mix of the old school, along with the quest structure. I think is more like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, where you have, and even when you look at the overworld map, like the markers look it looks identical. It's the two like yellow rings or whatever to denote where you need to go. But like, to me, I loved Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild was fine, but my biggest issue with it is something that this solves, in that Zelda games were always meant to be like dungeon crawlers, and like you have an overworld, but it's to get you to the next dungeon to go through it. And this has been the format of Zelda games forever. And Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild were a big departure from that. And then again, it's okay, here's another open world that just has Link in it, right? To me, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are great action adventure games, but they're not great Zelda games, if that makes sense. It wasn't what I was looking for from that franchise. This is more of a return to that, and I like that a lot. You get more of the, of the traditional Zelda like platforming that we used to get, and you get a little bit more of those contained spaces. There are 8 dungeons in this game, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to going through the dungeons. And you get a lot of the attention to detail. You do get like builder light. So Tears of the Kingdom, you could build all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Everybody built the Iron Man like tricycle or whatever, where you could like fly the motorbike across the screen and everything like that. We all did that, right? This isn't as much. I think I'm really early in the game, so I don't know if you can end up getting more, but right now I think you can build 2 things, and then when the third thing comes, then it breaks. And I'm sure you can expand that. That's usually, they give you an expansion of that later, but it's limited. It's not like Tears of the Kingdom. If I found like 1,000 lumbers, man, I could attach 1,000 lumbers on that thing, right? And it might slow the frame rate down to like 10 FPS, but I'm able to do it, right? That game broke the way that game design should be able to be done on the Switch. This doesn't do that. It's a little more simple. The characters are obviously chibi design, a little more cutesy. I don't think there's a sprint button. I think there's just the jump button, and then twirl. And then the twirl, and then the echo, making the echo with the tri-rod. So very simplistic control scheme. One of the things that I really liked right off the bat is when I first got the Hyrule Castle, one of the details that I liked is if you pick up a vase and smash it against the wall, the guards will look, which is cool. I think that, certain things like, the platforming is great. The simplicity is great. I kind of miss that in the Zelda games. One of the other details that I really like is that there's when you're escaping at the beginning or whatever, there's the guard puzzles or whatever, where like it reminds me very much of Ocarina of Time, where you're trying to get to the castle to see Zelda or whatever, and the guards are on this patrol and you got to go through the little maze to get by all the guards and stuff, and you can use the echoes to get by. Those are all really fun things and really a lot of design things that I was missing, that I knew I was missing but didn't know how much until I started playing. So this is a game that, like, unlike Breath of the Wild, which took me a long time to really get into, hooked me like right at the beginning. I'm super interested in it. A lot of people are like, oh, it's Zelda, it's a girl who blah, 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 blah. I actually think it's really cool that Zelda finally gets to get a spotlight shown on her.
Have a moment.
Yeah. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. And it's, there are silly things, of course, like the setup to the story. It doesn't make a ton of sense, right? The fact that the King of Hyrule is like two consigliaries or whatever. One's name is General Wright, and then there's the what is it? It's Left, but I can't remember what. So like, there's two consigliaries are named Right and Left, which is like it's really silly shit, Yeah. But yeah, it's fun stuff. But I really like it. I'm looking forward to getting into it. A little bit of technical issues, like Tori mentioned, with the frame rate. But I mean, again, nice showing. So Freemancer says, yeah, Echoes of Wisdom is showing me how, even though I love the shrines, it's much better to have 5 to 10 massive dungeons than 150 mini puzzle dungeons. Like you said, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, phenomenal games, but mid-Zelda games.
Yeah.
And that's the point. Like, how many shrines were there? And I'm just like, dude, I am so tired of dragging this ball and trying to place it on a thing so that I can do this, like, really simplistic Rube Goldberg device and get through this thing.
Yeah.
Whereas you get, I miss from Zelda 1, the first dungeon you go into with the little dragon or whatever. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, rules and structure make it more fun,
Yeah.
I like that he brought up that they're massive dungeons, because I'm not the biggest Zelda player, but playing Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, I appreciated the level design when it came to the dungeons. Like, that was my favorite part of it, like the puzzles and trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B. So, like, everything you guys are saying, it kind of gets me interested in this one. And I know it might be lacking in the combat department, but like just the puzzles and the fact that you can spawn any amount of echoes and just figure it out for yourself. That's kind of cool to me.
So one of the cool things that I've done early is that there are environmental puzzles, which is cool. And then one of the things that Tori said is, like, you make echoes out of enemies or whatever. And so what I'll do is, knowing that there are enemies there, is I'll just create echoes of the enemies. And while the enemies are fighting, that allows me avenues to pull off the puzzle while they're fighting.
Yeah.
It's not traditional combat, but it's a way to get around the enemy without having to be like this overwhelmingly strong character. So nice. And like we said, I haven't gotten to the point yet, but I knew about this, is the whole Link thing, where you can turn into Link for a little bit if you want to have that combat. I do like that it's a cooldown, because at the beginning, spoiler alert, not really, but you open up as Link and you fight Ganon or whatever in his pig form, and it is very much like a traditional, like, oh, I'm swinging my sword, I'm moving around, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
You got bombs, you got arrows,
you got everything. Yeah, you got arrows and everything, and then and he's fighting in a pattern to where you got to dodge and then you got to hit and do all this stuff, and then it turns into something different. And I kind of like that change of pace. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I like that it's different. And it's cool that, Spheromancer says, fully believe this Nintendo's final stage of testing reception to Zelda being playable in a 3D Zelda. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom made her a massive character. Echoes of Wisdom tests reception. Next Zelda will have both Link and Zelda playable for sure.
Ooh,
and that is an interesting thought. And if that is true, what I would like is that they play completely differently. Yeah. That would make it more interesting. Think of like classic Mario games where, specifically I think of Mario 2, where Mario is like the jack of all trades. Luigi has the really long jump, right? Toad is small and really fast. Peach can float for a little while. They all play differently, but they all fit within the game. And I think that kind of variety will actually make those games more playable, right? You go through with one character and then you immediately want to turn around and go back through as the other character because you want to see how the differing play styles are. We see that in Resident Evil 2, where people go through as Leon and then they want to go through as Jill. So it is something to definitely take a look at. So
yeah.
It says, yep, Assassin's Creed Shadows got me thinking about the play style, how they sold me one as hack and slash and the other as a magical cell style. That's the only reason I want to play as that game is because I want some like Splinter style stealth. You know what I mean? I want to go through as like that ninja that uses misdirection and lighting and everything like that to go through the levels. You know, I've played Assassin's Creed game. I don't need to go up and hit somebody with a sword or stab them with the I've done that a million times. But if it's something new and fresh, then that's good. I think.
Yeah. We'll find out in February.
Yeah. So I guess there were some spoilers in the previews. Like, did anybody see those? Hopefully not. I haven't had the game spoiled for me. Which is great, but just be careful out there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to watch any of those YouTube videos. There's all those 12 things you should try, or I'm like, I'm just gonna figure out for myself. That's the beauty of Zelda.
That's the whole beauty of it. Yeah.
It's the worst when they spoil it via thumbnail.
Oh, it's
you're just scrolling up and down and you see a fucking final boss. Like what
really? The hell, dude? Yeah, the only games that I really, if I want, like Elden Ring, I would go on to look for like a specific weapon or like armor piece if I was missing it. I'd be like, where do I got to go to get this stupid thing? And then,
yeah,
you could do it that way. But for this type of game, maybe if it was a Tears of the Kingdom style, right? You go, okay, where do I go to get this specific, how basically the big one is how do I get the Master Sword, right? Like, what do I got to do to get this fucking Master Sword? Because I know I want it, especially in Tears of the Kingdom Breath of the Wild, where every weapon is breakable, right? I want to be able to use the Master Sword because even if it breaks, it's on cooldown and then it comes back and you're able to use it. So, this I don't want any spoilers, but only other game I've been playing, trying to get through Persona 3 Reload. Yeah. So that game's fun. It's fun. The story still isn't quite hooking me yet, but I'm still pretty early. Game starts in like late March or whatever, and I'm in mid-May. So we'll see, hopefully. Combat is very much reminiscent of Persona 5 with like small differences, but it's good. I just want the characters to pick up and get a little bit better. One of the things that Persona 5 has on it, I think, is that it drops you into the action right away with a more, I guess, at-home thing. So, spoiler alert for the first boss of Persona 5 is the guy is one of the teachers who's being like sexually abusive to students, and there's like a suicide attempt at the school.
That's what grabbed me in that game.
Yes,
man.
And so that's like a very big thing that you're just like, oh shit, and like you want to see where it goes, and you're like this, your character has to go to this school because he was like screwed over by this guy when he was trying to help out a woman. So you're already invested, like, hey, my character is a guy that like looks out for girls and like does the right thing, and then you see this one, you go to this school and you just have this power and there's no explanation why, and everybody knows about these monsters, but nobody will tell you how they know about these monsters yet. So like getting you into the story has been really lackluster to me, and that's like the only problem that I have with it. Gameplay is good, music's good, character design is good, the interaction between the characters is good, obviously the personas and like being able to create them, that's all fine. I just want the story to hook me more. So that's been my big issue with it so far. But I like it enough that I'm willing to give it more time, right? I feel like there's something that's going to be coming, and then I feel like it's going to be able to get me eventually.
Yeah, it sounds like you're still early, right? So I'm sure
still early. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like Final Fantasy 13, right? It takes about 30 hours to get good.
Oh God, I hope not. I'm only to be fair, I'm only 10 hours in, so I'm hoping that it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I guess Persona 3 Reload, unlike Persona 5, which is like 80 hours at minimum, Persona 3 is only like 40 or 50. So I mean, I'm a quarter through the game, and I don't really see a lot yet in the story. Yeah. So that's what my concern is, that it's not going to get more story driven than that. So
okay.
Yeah. I played the original. I just think I got bored of it. It's just like it's a tower, right? You're climbing a tower.
Yeah. Now it is procedurally generated, so every time you go back, so like once you leave and you go back to it, all the floors are different. Like the layout's different, but it is still it's called Tartarus, and it is just one big tower, and you go like, you go up all the floors. I don't even know how many there are. I'm on like floor 42 or 43 or something. But yeah.
5 just grabbed because it was different environments, different ideas.
Well, and 4 had the different environments too.
So, I did. I didn't. Did you beat 4? I haven't.
I did beat 4. I like 4 a lot. 4 a lot. I think if like 4 Golden is on Switch. Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah, both of them
are. And the music in that one is cool, and I really like the characters. Rise is best girl. Don't come at me, bro. But yeah, man. So I think 3 out of like the mainline. I never played 1 and 2. Like, I'm not even gonna fake the funk on that. I think 3 would be my least favorite. 5 is my favorite. 4 is like close right behind. I would say, yeah, and then 3. Yeah. And that's not counting the Royal expansion, which I think adds a lot but changes it.
So it gets better. 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
It gets better as it goes.
Right. I know I got high hopes for 6.
Yeah.
But
is that in development?
Yeah.
Like, is it confirmed?
Oh, 100%.
100%.
Okay.
100%. It's, yeah.
I don't know if they like split into 2 dev teams or something.
There's been some rumors about it. Like, the color scheme is going to be like Xbox colors almost. It's like a green and black. I saw it actually on Gaming Leaks and Rumors. I don't know. That leaker has been kind of like debunked about certain things. So it's like, take it with a huge grain of salt type of deal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna have to do something, because 5 was just the right amount of like style and
pizzazz.
Well, you're going from the chibi style, right, to this like funky watercolor art style, and then you're getting it with like the, I don't know, Frenchie, have you ever seen Ocean's 11?
Yeah,
it's that Steven Soderbergh like funky, like jazzy music type of deal with the music, and the way that the the background transitions are. The menus were awesome. So 3 Reload is actually the same kind of character designs and metaphor as well that became prevalent in 5. So before that, I never really played chibi style. Yeah.
I never really played these games, but I got to give them credit because they definitely have a lot of style.
Yeah, like they're fun, man.
Like it's a Persona game. Like when you see the interface and everything.
UI is amazing.
Oh yeah, the UI is crazy. Yeah, it's so cool.
So good.
Yeah. It's so cool. But cool.
All right.
Tori, are you still trying to get a PS5 Pro eventually?
Yeah. Okay. Here's my plan.
Okay. Here we go. I'm ready for this.
So I put on Facebook. I put on OfferUp. I got a couple grabs. So how much do you think I could get this for? Like, how much? You said like 300?
Like 350?
All right. I'm going
300 to 350. Yeah.
I'm shooting for 4 and up. But then, guess what I found the other day?
What? Is that your COVID money?
Yes.
It's not expired.
He's going to have a government subsidized. Government subsidized PS5 Pro.
Yes. I found it finally.
That's amazing.
And
did you go online and check to see if it's still active and works?
Still active. And
bro, what do you got? Like 5 G's on that motherfucker,
or
what?
They only gave me $250, but hey,
every little bit counts, right?
Yeah, it doesn't expire until 2026. So
nice,
plenty of time.
What a pleasant surprise.
Are they still up for pre-order? Can you still pre-order a Pro right now?
You can, yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I saw a thing online, was it, or one of the news video game things I follow, and they're saying that there's still pre-orders, and there's not, they're kind of worried actually. They're saying they don't know if it's gonna, sell out because of how pricey it is.
The people, like online, are saying that, or Sony is saying that.
Well, no, just the news people that are talking about. They're like, they don't know like if it's actually gonna be a huge seller because how pricey it is.
Well, I mean, it was always going to be semi-niche anyway. That it was going to be like, what, 10 to 15%?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is like,
less.
Yeah.
Like 5 to 10, honestly.
But my thing is it's not like PlayStation 5 where there was like the supply chain shortage or whatever. They probably made enough of these to fill all the pre-orders for people that wanted them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe, I mean, that could be they could have just ordered enough to be like, yeah, we got enough pre-orders for everybody.
That's awesome.
I was thinking too, like everybody that wants to buy one is definitely getting one day one.
Yeah.
But like after the initial adopters, like it's probably going to be a really slow burn. Like getting rid of these consoles.
Yeah.
Not rid of them, but trying to sell more and more.
What you would like is for some of the PlayStation 4 holders to come like to, make the jump. Mm-hmm. But I think that what they're waiting on is actually a base PS5 price drop. before they actually commit. So this is definitely, like I said all along, this is the enthusiast piece. So yeah, most people are going to get it day one or whatever. But I do got a bone to pick with Sony right now. Did you see the thing that they're doing for the Japanese pre-order for the PlayStation 5 30th anniversary?
Yeah, they should have done
that. You need to have a PlayStation account that has 30 hours of playtime on it before you can pre-order it, which is preventing all these scalpers from making new accounts and buying them. And I'm kind of pissed that they just didn't do this from the jump. Yeah. Because I probably could have got one if that was
such a good idea. Oh, for sure. Well, why don't you just pre-order the Japanese one? Could you do that instead?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if you Japanese website.
Let's see. Japanese PS5.
They should have made it like 30th. You have to have 250 platinum trophies to get this thing, you know?
Yeah, I wonder if you could just
250 platinum trophies. This guy right here.
Yeah, I'd go right.
The only one.
That'd be dumb. I got 8, bro. Yeah. But playtime on my PlayStation 5, I probably got like thousands upon thousands of hours.
Thanks to Street Fighter 6.
Right? I mean, a lot of other things too, sure.
Yeah.
Like Persona 5 Royal took me, I think I platinumed that, and it was like 160 hours.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about possibly canceling my pre-order and just getting it at Best Buy for like store pickup. So I can just walk over there at 10 o'clock in the morning, pick it up, and just get to work. I don't know. We'll see we'll see what happens October 10th.
Oh, your PSN account has to be registered in Japan.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, that's really.
They should have done it for us. That would have been like way better.
Do you think they had the idea after, or
no? I think they wanted to make sure that only Japanese people got it that wanted it in Japan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee you, they allocated a specific number for the September 26th pre-order. For worldwide, they have some allocated for the October 10th third-party retailers or whatever, and then they have a specific amount allocated for Japanese players. And the Japanese ones, I bet you're the only ones that are going to be doing this type of hurdle or whatever to jump through, because they want to get, you want a 30th? Oh, listen, we're a Japanese company. Let's get it in the hands of our players. I get that to an extent, but I'm kind of pissed that they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I'm starting to get over it at the same time, because I'm just like, I said I wouldn't open it, but I know damn well I would have opened that thing.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, I'm like, when is the last time I actually even, I went through the same thing when D-Brand was coming out with a different color of the little fins or whatever for the covers. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, how often do I actually look at this thing? Yeah. So for me, I got the controller, and the controller is something I actually do look at more. So the console I don't really look at. So the more that I go on, it's just like, unless I was not going to open it, which I have to admit to myself I probably would, because I can't leave things unopened. Then I'm a gerbil like that, dude. I'm just like open. Yeah. I'm not gonna open it, and then I look over and I'm like, fuck, I think I'm gonna open it, dude.
Yeah. And if you didn't open it, you would have to buy another PS5 Pro.
Right. Which I also thought about doing.
Too, huh? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to try to get one of those 30th anniversary ones on October 10th. And if I get one, I'm gonna let it rock, and then I won't open that one. I'll just play the one that's
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that, because there's been some like news floating around saying, like, I guess via Tech Radar, that I guess there's a Sony confirmation that these plates for the Slim work on the Pro, and then there's another contradicting information where via Amazon Japan it says that it's not compatible. So before I found all this out, I was thinking of doing the same thing, just buying the 30th anniversary Slim edition,
buying the Slim and putting the
plates on, and then selling it, because you know what? It comes with a stand. It comes with the controller I want. So I could return my stand for $30, and I could cancel my pre-order for the controller. So that'll save me $110 right there. So I could buy this $500 30th anniversary, sell it for $390, and I'll have the plates and the controller I want.
Yeah,
there you go.
But I
it's not a 1-to-1. It's not like the size is. It's not 1-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the PS5 Pro is actually closer to the size of the OG than it is to the Slim. Mm-hmm. So I don't think the plates are actually compatible. I do know that disk drive is compatible, and that the cover to the disk drive would have been compatible. But
yeah, so I'm guessing that the news from Tech Radar is not true, because it said there's.
I don't know if it is or not. See if I can see what they say.
I need to know because I want to buy this 30th anniversary console. Maybe I'll just buy it just for just for shits and giggles. But
yeah, I mean, again, the controller was the more important thing to me, and I got it, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah. I'm less and less mad as we go on because I'm just like, I would have used this fucking thing. Like, I would have opened it day one.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, me too.
It's how I am with you put cookies in my house, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat those. I gotta get healthy, bro. And then I'm like, fuck, man, an Oreo sounds good right now. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then before you know it, I've eaten half of the fucking thing of Oreos. Just how it goes. Just how it goes. Oh well.
Yeah. I bought these protein Pop-Tarts, and I've already eaten them all.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah, they're good.
So, are you gonna get another PS5, Frenchie? Like, are you thinking about it?
Oh, yeah. Only if I can. Only in this scenario where I can switch the plates.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's the only scenario I would buy another one.
PS5 slim plates compatible.
Because I could even keep my digital one to sell my original one. I'll sell my original console from 2020. I'll throw some extra plates on there because I got the black plates and an extra controller. I could probably get $400 for that. So I don't know.
Let's see. Okay, so according to this Reddit post, let's see. PS5 Pro and PS5 Slim do not share the same plates for all 4 areas. While the Pro and the Slim have a similar design language, there are some key differences. PS5 Pro has a slightly different shape and a different venting system, which means the plates won't be interchangeable. Specifically, the top and bottom plates are different between the 2 models.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say that the Tech Radar news is not
liars.
True. Yeah, because the Amazon Japan, it showed a diagram. It said, like just a diagram up and down. The disk drive is compatible, the stand is compatible, but all the plates that have been available are not compatible.
Yeah,
so they're going to release,
and Amazon doesn't mess around with compatibility stuff. Like, there's such a huge chain for that kind of thing that I think you could probably trust that. Yeah.
So then that means they're going to have another SKU of plates, which would be their 4th one.
Because honestly, and if D-Brand was smart, they would release one that was that same gray for the PS5 30th. You know what I mean? And just release that.
Yeah,
and it'd be almost like a situation of close enough.
Yeah,
it's not. Listen, the PS5 and the PS5 Pro and the PS5 Slim, ugly fucking console, dude. It's a hideous looking console. It sucks.
The digital one's not as bad because you don't have that hump on the side.
Oh, it's still bad. The fin design is bad. I don't like it at all. I like the parallelogram style of the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. That to me was like a way better looking machine. PS4 Pro is like one of the best looking machines. It's like their odd number or their even numbered machines are like the better looking ones. Like the OG PS2 looked awesome.
PS2 Slim was freaking so slim.
Yeah.
And I think the original PS4 was definitely the best one. Had that nice gloss piece where the hard drive was. You just take that off easily.
Yep. Yeah. And it was small. It had a small form factor. You could fit it where this thing is a fucking chonker, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Like the one area I'll give the Series X is a way better design than the PS5.
It's so visually boring though. It's like they took all the components and just shoved it in this box.
That's kind of what I want though, dude. This thing sticks out like a sore thumb.
I understand both sides of it though,
Yeah.
People like the simplicity of it.
Sure.
I like the crazy design of PS5, even though it's not the best. It's probably their. I think even PS3 Slim looked better than this one, but
this is one of their ugliest, dude. Like this one and like OG PS3 are pretty fucking ugly.
Yeah, just the hump on the side where the disk drive is just. I don't like that it's asymmetrical.
You would think, right? No more humps because the PS3, the original one was like a big humped up.
Yeah,
with the Spider-Man font on it. Terrible.
Oh yeah,
that was terrible. Crazy. I like the OG, the PS1. The PS1 design was cool. Like that was
awesome.
and that's why we all love the color, because that gray is just, let it be a video game console. I don't mind the color. It's the form factor, and it's so fucking big, dude. I'm like, where do I put this thing? Yeah,
I know. I'm going through all this trouble just to have that gray plate. That's all I'm.
Yeah. Spearmaster says my PS5 throws the whole vibe off in my room. I hate that rocket ship looking motherfucker. That's facts, man.
Yeah.
It's
See, I got my PS5 to the left of my TV, and I have the black plates on there, so it kind of flows with what I'm looking at visually. So it's kind of incognito in that regard. But the white and black original, it just kind of really stands out. It is not. You can't really hide it.
Yeah, I didn't end up changing plates on mine, so it is what it is. Are you keeping your PS5, or has the wifey convinced you that you need to get rid of it?
As of now, I'm still keeping it. We'll see if she'll be mad at me for a day. She'll get over it. It's fine.
Just listen when you come. Listen, here's the strategy. When you get the PS5 Pro, right? It'll probably be on a day where she's at work. Make sure that the house is clean, that you made her some dinner, get her some flowers. She won't even fucking remember about that PS5. Yeah. She won't even. She'll be like, "Huh? The what? Thank you so much for doing this, honey." Blah 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 blah, and then just set it up. And don't tell her that you set it up. Don't even tell her that it came. Just set it up and see if she even notices. Because I guarantee you, she doesn't care enough to notice.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a good idea, though. I like that.
Yeah, just smooth her over a little bit. So.
It's so funny. I'm like waiting to put my SSD in the PS5 Pro and the disc drive. I'm really excited about it. Like I have all my games on the SSD right now. Thank you for
that reminder. What's the biggest SSD we can put in that thing? Is it 4 terabytes right now?
It's 8 terabytes now.
Oh damn!
Which I think it's like $700 for an 8 terabyte drive.
No, I don't need that much, dude.
No, 2 is.
I'm thinking like a 4.
4 would probably be a couple hundred. Yeah. Well, it's 4 plus the 2, so you need 6 terabytes. I don't think I need that much. I think the max I would need is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not helpful. Anyway, on to our next topic. Yes. The only reason I'm asking about the SSDs is because Prime Day is coming up, and I think I might be able to snake one on there for a good deal if it's on Prime Day. Cool. Next topic. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You got something?
Oh,
did you want to say French? Okay.
No.
Real quick, we're gonna introduce Gamer Games in just a second, but I did want to touch on Tokyo Game Show. To me, I don't know how the rest of you feel. I thought it was a little underwhelming. I didn't see a ton that was there for me, but maybe you fellas feel differently. Tory Pines, how did you feel about TGS? Anything that you took from the show that got you super excited, or do you feel kind of like I do, that it was kind of nah? What do you got for me?
Near Automata, bro. Near Automata and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, but
that was the big one.
No,
all of a sudden, Tori's platinuming Stellar Blade. He's like, platinum trophy, baby.
I'm gonna do it now. I'm just wondering how they're gonna can you play as 2B the whole game? I don't know. It'd be cool.
If I'm being honest, I really do think that it's just a skin. That is a costume.
Hey,
if it is, then you can play the whole game as 2B. Yeah, for sure.
They updated the booby physics for
2B.
No, for Eve. They updated the booby physics. It's going to be a PS5 Pro exclusive.
Yeah, that new photo mode. Take all the upskirt shots you want. It gives you an extra power up.
You know what they announced that I don't think we went over, or maybe it flew under the radar. Was it at TGS? But a new Dead or Alive beach volleyball game.
Really?
Did you guys see that? Yeah,
really. I love that the
called,
Japanese game.
Yeah, Extreme Dead or Alive. What is it called? It's coming out. Oh man, I literally just saw it online.
Did you guys play it back in the day?
It's called
Dead or Alive volleyball. Of course I did.
I never.
Of course I did. I'm a nice healthy young male.
Yeah, early 2025. It's coming out, bros.
Wow.
Yeah.
The etchy game of video games for sure.
Did you guys see the Death Stranding 2 photo mode?
No. Was it good?
Dude, it looks crazy good.
Yeah?
Bring it up on the stream. It's insane how realistic and like the motion capture and the facial animation. Like you'll have like 3 characters on the screen at the same time and they're all doing their own little motions and you could snap it whenever you want. It looks insane. And I think Death Stranding 1 is a game you still have to play, Matt.
Yes, it is. And it's still up for free, right?
I think so. Oh, well, they might have taken it down. I don't know.
On PlayStation?
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh shit.
Yeah, so they just do their own thing and you snap it whenever you want. They'll just keep posing for you until you're ready.
Wow.
Whoa.
Dude, that's sick looking.
That's super cool.
Hell yeah.
Really real.
It does.
That's kind of creepy in a good way.
I can't wait for this game. It's going to be so good.
Have you played? You beat the first one?
You beat the first one?
I beat the first one. I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but I freaking loved every minute of it.
Did you get the platinum?
No, it's a grindy ass platinum.
Ugh.
I didn't want to ruin the experience.
Ruin the game for you. Yeah.
Because I would have been sick of it by the time I got the platinum. So yeah, look at this. Look at these animations, man. They look so good.
Yeah, dude. Like, what the hell?
And this is on this is on a stream too. It's gonna look so crisp on my PS5 Pro.
PS5 Pro on my 60 FPS.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how Uncharted remastered or whatever is going to look like, if the graphics are going to be as good.
Uncharted Cassie Drake?
I would think so.
Not Uncharted, sorry.
Horizon?
No, the dead game, the horror game that's coming out. The remake.
Oh, Silent Hill 2?
No, the other one. Until Dawn. Sorry.
Until Dawn. Okay, we were going to get there eventually.
The graphics are going to be as good as that, because that looks amazing.
PS5 Pro enhanced.
Yeah. But what about, did they Threads of Time? Did they talk about that at TGS? The Chrono Trigger type game that we looked at.
They showed it, but I don't know when it's releasing.
I'm stoked for that. That looks amazing. But
yeah, that looks really cool.
If that was at TGS, then it's like the only game
that was at TGS.
Yeah, I don't see a release date. It just has to be announced.
No, yeah. That
seems like a good game to play on your OLED or like a handheld, like a Steam Deck or something like that.
The Xbox handheld that they're definitely working on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I guess, did you hear the rumor that PS6 was going to be a console and like a handheld that were very similar, but like separate items, but like would be in conjunction?
That'd be cool.
There was like a rumor that there would be a handheld that it would scale almost like a PC, right? Where you go like you do like a mid-range PC versus like the best of the best, and that's how it would kind of be. So, because they were saying that they're definitely working on a PlayStation handheld. It's in like high level design or whatever. Like it's still in the high level design phase. They're just trying to decide if they want to do it for like the PS5 generation and have it be like that, or if they're going to wait and make it something usable with PS6, which I hope they do that.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, I think Sony can, because they're a hardware company. So I trust them honestly more than Nintendo to make an amazing handheld.
Yeah, Wii U was too ahead of its time. Nobody wanted Wii U. Now everyone wants to be Wii U. The concept I think was great. I had a Wii U. It felt like a fucking Fisher Price toy. That thing was cheap as shit, dude.
Yeah, I didn't have one.
Wii U was the prototype for what Switch is now.
For what Switch is, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm glad they didn't completely give up on the design, but like, yeah.
I'm gonna say the PS Vita was ahead of its time too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sony fucked themselves with the freaking memory card situation.
Yes, that was the biggest one, and it seems like they've learned, because unlike Xbox, which is using proprietary memory for their series consoles, PS5 is just like, no, like you do need a fast SSD, but it is just like an NVMe style SSD. You just put it in there.
Yeah, so. I think either way, I really hope Sony is making a handheld because I freaking love my Portal. Everybody loves the Switch, Steam Deck, ROG Ally, all this. Like it's time. Like,
dude, the Portal is clutch when my daughter wants to watch Miss Rachel on the big TV, and I can still use.
Dude, I used it today. My wife wanted to watch Parks and Rec on the TV, and I just had the Portal and the triggers and everything. It feels so good. And I wasn't a believer of the Portal. I thought that thing was ugly as shit. And I was like, why do I need this? I can just use the backbone. But now that I actually have one and I'm using it, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
this screen is nice. The controller feels amazing, and it's the connectivity is so easy. You just literally power it on, and your PS5 powers on. Like you don't have to do anything.
And here's the big pro to it as well. You can still use your phone.
Yeah.
That's like the big one. It's like, yeah, the backbone was a cool concept. Then it's like, oh, you can't use your phone, or heaven forbid you get a call in the middle of like a really hard fight or something like that, So
totally.
It's kind of weird. But Shermatch says, I think Xbox opening up their software, starting with the handheld, is the only thing to save them in the future. Like, do you mean like having the Xbox handheld be like a platform for all? Like a Steam Deck type of situation, or like an Asus ROG Ally situation?
Or what if it's like a streaming handheld?
Oh, he says, yeah. So like almost like a third party. I mean, at that point, it would have to be a space that Sony isn't occupying. I don't see. Let me boot into Windows or Xbox OS. I don't see Sony putting their games on anything Xbox if Sony has the equivalent. I just think if they have their own bespoke hardware, they're going to use that. They're not going to put it on Xbox thing. But if Xbox does transition more to like the publisher or whatever, I could see that. So
Game Pass on the go, man.
Right. Well, I mean, you can Asus ROG Ally, you can have Game Pass on it. The Steam Deck, you can mod your Steam Deck to do like cloud based, but it's not the same. Future Xbox would pretty much be mini PCs with the option to run Xbox OS, then Sony has no control if you can just run Steam on the console. Yeah, Sony will still have their exclusive games, which I don't think you can undersell. But yeah, any third party thing, it's kind of like it's kind of the same reason why would I ever buy an Xbox? I have a top of the line PC and I can just use Xbox Game Pass PC. So why would I ever?
PC Game Pass is cheaper than Ultimate.
You get more value. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else from TGS? I feel like this was just a bummer show all the way around.
Yeah, I didn't really see too much that caught my eye. Okay. I wasn't compelled to follow it. I didn't see too much news on my feed, so kind of a miss this year for me.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That Threads a Time game.
That Threads a Time game looks cool.
That came. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah. I'm stoked that you're stoked about it, Pierre.
What'd you say?
I'm stoked that you're stoked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I play it, it's another thing.
I know.
I think it looks absolutely beautiful. So I'll give it that.
Perfect. All right. So we've reached the gamer games section of this thing. And I thought that for the first, this is something that we're going to do weekly. I thought that the first top 3 that we could do is one, it's we as friends come here to talk about games, and that's fantastic. And Tori, you always have the great idea of like, dude, we should co-play a game, like, and I'm going to try to do that with you with Echoes of Wisdom so that we can keep each other. That'd be really cool.
Quick,
and we can have more conversations about it. But that got me to thinking of like, dang, back when we were like teenagers or kids or whatever, what were the games that we played with our buddies? The ones that you were just like, dude, we're going to bro out and play video games. We're going to get, we're going to get our Mountain Dew and we're going to get our Cheetos and Doritos and do all this stuff. We're going to stay up way too late, laugh a little too loud so your parents come in and tell you to shut up. Like, what were those games that are really nostalgic to you that you could get together with a group of friends? And I thought it would be a good idea to do our top 3. So whichever order we want to do this in, anybody want to take the mantle first? And we'll go like 3, 2, 1. I figured since it's the gamer games, let's do it Olympic style where we order it bronze, silver, and gold. And then if there's a game that ends up on all 3 of our lists, it becomes the platinum game for this week, for that week.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Cool. Yes. So let's see. Yeah, Tori, you're number 3. Yeah, your bronze medal game for the games that you would just bro down.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about my childhood, right? And the era of PlayStation, N64, like, Xbox coming out. And I'd have to say my number 3, Ooh, and we're talking about, this is like before I got into LAN parties and like hooking up our Xboxes and all these other things. I say number 3 would have to be Smash Bros. The OG N64.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
N64
Just because
Smash
you could
Brothers.
play 4 players.
Yeah.
And like, because, I had the original like super, Street Fighter and all those things. Those were fun. But I mean, those would end up just with us, breaking our controllers and fighting. But
yeah.
Smash Bros. OG was, countless hours playing that with my friends when we were like, I don't know what grade I was in, probably like 7th grade or something, maybe later. So yeah, nice. Smash Bros. OG.
Smash Bros. OG. All right. Frenchie, your bronze game, your bronze medal game.
So when I made my list, I was thinking of more modern games.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just throw a couple honorable mentions out there. Halo 3 was a big one.
Halo
midnight launch. I think we did like half of the campaign, bunch of multiplayer until 5-6 o'clock in the morning. So that was a huge one. Atlas Fallen it's not a very great game, but it's an average game. But playing that game, the entire thing from beginning to end with co-op was a blast because we're doing all the side quests together. We're tinkering with our armor and our builds and going for trophies and stuff like that. I had a really good time doing that. The entire experience with co-op. But my number 3, my bronze, would have to be Remnant 2. So you guys know me. I like my Souls like character action games. So this is a very seamless co-op experience, and it's everything I enjoy in games. It has a nice challenge to it. The third-person shooter. It's character driven. RPG. There's some light elements and build crafting and things like that. So you can easily go in, play with your buddy, do missions, and it's all procedurally generated. So you can kind of have unlimited fun with it. So they just released a DLC pack. I haven't got the season pass yet, but it's on sale right now. I think I'm going to pick it up and kind of pick up where I left off. So Remnant 2 is my bronze selection.
Wow. Tori, I forgot to add, did you have any honorable mentions that you wanted to throw
out?
Connect Sports.
I might think of some later, but no. What's that?
It's a Connect Sports. Just Dance.
Connect Sports. Yeah. No. Most of mine are like in person. I don't know. Is Remnant 2? You play the online with friends, online kind of stuff?
Yeah. I don't know if it's on Switch though.
Mine are like, I thought it was more like in person kind of mentality, but I'll have to. I guess I played the shit out of World of Warcraft when that came out. Man, I vowed never to play an MMO ever again because I was so addicted to the original World of Warcraft.
To World of Warcraft, yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man, how hard is it for you to like resist going back in now that they're releasing a expansion, like a huge expansion to it?
Easy.
Did you think about it for a second?
No, not even, because I put 3 months into that thing. I sold my account. I maxed out my undead priest that my clan wanted me to make, and it's just those games are like it's a community of. It's a cult, man. It's a cult.
It's a lifestyle.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I dropped that. I can't ever do those ever again. So that'd be my honorable mention for sure.
Nice.
Perfect. I have a couple of honorable mentions. WWF No Mercy on the Nintendo 64.
So many.
But that was just me and one friend, and we would always play it against each other. And what we would do is we would turn off pins, we would turn off disqualifications, we would turn off submissions, we would turn on KO only because you could knock your opponent out. And it was just funny because you would get this extra hard, meaty sound if you like were getting close to it, and you would see like the guy like wiggle and try to get up, and sometimes he would, and then if he didn't, he'd just flop back down. But yeah, that one was always fun. And then 2 Nintendo games were on there. OG Nintendo. One was Track and Field with the trackpad because we had the trackpad. And the key to that one, if you want to do the sprint really fast, was to not use your right. Everybody tried to run really fast. You get down on your knees and you use your hands because your hands are more. You have more. Yeah, you would just go super fast.
I use my butt cheeks. It's faster.
There you go.
Good picture of my brain right now, Pierre.
That's hilarious.
Squatting and clapping away.
Oh, God.
Right. And then the other one was let me pull it up. I want to make sure that I get
there was a lot of those wrestling games on N64. Even like
yeah,
PS1 days, like SmackDown.
Even on PlayStation.
WCW, NWO.
WWF Raw. All this, oh, man.
So many.
Back in the day.
Yeah. So it was called Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, which was so it had all these different games that you could do. So it would be like you would do sprinting, and like it would have like hurdles, but what you could do was like break the hurdle and then pick up the board and throw it at the guy. You could do like ninja kicks and shit. Like it's I'll actually let me pull this up real quick. So it would be like, let me share the screen because this. Here we go. So it'd be like this, and you could do the shot put or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. There's a rocket.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like the Smash Bros. When you hit the
yeah, and it's like this is like golf though. So you're trying to get it to a certain point, and then at the end you roll it into the hole.
Actually, looks really fun.
Dude, it's ridiculous, but you would have different events that you could do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So like you would have, so you'd have the track and field where you would just like, you could like, so you could throw the board at the guy. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's so dumb.
That's funny, man.
What is this called?
Crash and the Boys.
Dude, this looks so fun.
It's so fun, and we would play it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah,
it was
never
so
heard of
fun
this at all.
Yeah,
this is amazing. Oh my God, they need to
he's right. It is an absurd game.
It's absurd,
patently absurd. Wow. But it was so fun to play with your buddies, and it was you could do 2-player.
How did you even get this?
God. Honestly, I don't remember. I was so young, dude.
That's so cool.
But yeah, all the games. You have like long jumps. You have all kinds of stuff. So
you know what?
Really cool game.
California Games. You remember California Games?
California Games. Yeah.
California Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Skate or Die.
Skate or Die, dude. I love Skate or Die. Yeah, just the NES era was really good to me, so I'm not upset about that. But that would be my my honorable mentions or whatever.
Cool. Yeah.
Number 3 for me, kind of a cop out because it's a blanket, but Street Fighter. I played 2 in the arcades. The big one I played was 4. That one I was the most hard. That was before family and stuff. I was so into that one. That was probably the game that I was the best at. And then now, obviously, I play 6. So, that one's more about being in community. The fighting game community is really, really cool. And watching that grow specifically with 4, you go from the arcade culture where it's a little more cutthroat. It's like, that's my fucking quarter and I'm coming for you on this machine, to like going and having these like casual matches where like, you go up against somebody and they beat you with a character and you're like, okay, how do I like, when you do this, like what's your frame data on that? Like where can I punish that? And having that, community to be like, oh, this is what you can do. Like, this is unsafe. This is safe. This is a trap, a frame trap. This is a block string, whatever. And then you kind of build off that, and it builds camaraderie, and it is a one-on-one thing. So it is like a true test of skill. You know what I mean? This is like, this is me versus you, dude. Like, this is the better person is going to win. So really, really fun. So that's my bronze medal game. Is just Street Fighter in general.
It's a good choice.
Oh,
yeah. So Tori, your silver medal game. What do we got?
This was such a hard one, and I had to think because silver and gold. I'm going based off of like first experience stuff. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Like when it started to, So my silver have to go to Counter-Strike.
Oh,
sure.
Sick.
Yeah. So I never even got into PC gaming until like maybe sophomore, junior year of high school. One of my best friends, he's like first generation Chinese, and he got me into anime. He got me into Counter-Strike PC, like building a PC together. Showing us how to do it, and then all my brothers got into it too, and so we ended up like going to LAN tournaments and like playing online, obviously making a clan and all this stuff, and then meeting our clan mates at the LAN tournaments in like San Jose. We went all the way down to, where was it, Ontario, California too, for Newegg LAN Fest in like 2002 or something. I can't remember. But dude, countless memories with that game, because my youngest brother, he got completely addicted to it, and he went Cal-I, which is like Cal invite only. He's like 15 years old. He'd play that game 4 hours every single night, maybe more. And then actually when we went to, was it the San Jose Showdown LAN? These are that one of the Newegg LAN Fest. He won a one-on-one tournament in Counter-Strike and got invited to be on a tour bus where they would go to each LAN party around the country that year, and they were going to make a reality TV show out of them, like the best new, first-person shooter Counter-Strike players in the country.
Dang,
yeah, it was intense, dude. And he denied it because he's like, well, what about school? And they're like, well, you're gonna have to drop out. Figure something out. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. But it was just so fun to get into that world, and it kind of opened my mind to LAN parties. And dude, honestly, Counter-Strike was the first game ever where I got to play an online game where I could talk to somebody online, and they were in another part of the world and another part of the country, and it just blew my mind with that technology back then. That's like, it was insane. So yeah, Counter-Strike 1.6 we started before Steam was even invented, and then Steam started as a beta, and then they released Condition Zero, which we got into that for a little bit, and then Counter-Strike Source came out when Half-Life 2 started, and then that completely changed everything, the game. So yeah, and I don't play Counter-Strike anymore. I wish I kind of did, but that's another kind of mental World of Warcraft lifestyle thing that I can't really jump into anymore. But yeah, that game sunk a lot of time and hours out of me and my brothers. It was so much fun.
Counter-Strike, that's amazing. That's still going too.
Yeah, CS:GO. People are
CS:GO. It's like, yeah. Didn't they come out with a new one though? Counter-Strike 6 or something like that, or
what is that? I think Counter-Strike the newest one, right? I think
Counter-Strike. I never got into they were too they were too sweaty for me, for sure.
Yeah, it's it's the kind of game like that's the only game you play. Like that's the only game. And I'm not that kind of person. My brother was, but I love playing different games. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I guess I'll go next. Like I said, I picked a lot of modern games here. I didn't really think too far back. I'm going to go with Destiny and Destiny 2. So for me, I've never really played a massive, MMO type game at all. This kind of tinkers along that line. It has raids. I think it's something that there's a lot of content there. You could replay single player missions. You can do your dailies. You can do your weeklies. You can do your nightfalls, strikes, and of course the 6-player raids. So this was like my first time ever doing anything like that. And I can't even remember what the first one was called, but in D1, the Vault of Glass, I must have ran that thing so many freaking times to get, Fatebringer and Gallowhorn and all these amazing guns. And the cool thing I liked about it, that it was 6 players and you all had to coordinate and communicate. If anybody needed help, you had to go help them. If one person fails, you're pretty much fucked and you have to rerun it, So that was my first time being part of a bigger group. I think up to that point, I've only played co-op with like 2 to 4 players. So having 6 players communicating, a little bit sweaty at times. Just had a blast with it. I just have some of my best gaming memories come with Destiny 1. 2, I played a lot of initially, maybe the first couple of years, but I kind of fell off because, like you guys said, it's just one of those games it becomes a lifestyle. And
Yeah.
You feel like you have to go on there every day to get your materials and do your missions and all this. I'm like, gosh, I can't. There's just so many games coming out these days that like I can't do this anymore. But yeah, I just had an absolute blast doing those raids, man. They're just something truly special. Like I get it now. Like when people play like Final Fantasy 14 and Warcraft and all this stuff, and you're coordinating with even more people than 6, and you're all you're trying to achieve this common goal. It's really something special.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Destiny. I mean, I like that. I like Destiny a lot. I played the first one. I actually was so on board with that I remember before they did the first, I think it was the first expansion, that they swapped out Peter Dinklage as the robot, as the little.
The first major expansion, I think the Taken King. That's when they did that.
Yeah. That came from the moon. Like it was so, though his voice work was terrible, dude.
Very monotone.
Was so bad. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that was by design. They probably directed him to do that, to speak like that.
Probably, and they probably did him no favors in the post, like they could have. But yeah. So for me, number 2 for me, we're going back old school. And let's see if you guys will be able to. I can't really. Oh yeah, I can do it this way. Let's see. I'm gonna do it this way. Hopefully, it'll come through.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64. Dude, that game was so sick. We played that game forever and ever and ever and ever. And we always came up with the right, like, you can't use Odd Job. Like, because he has a fucked up hitbox and you can't like do stuff with him. And, we'd play like only Golden Gun or whatever, and just hours upon hours. We found all the hidden rooms. We found like all the little areas where you could kind of cheese and just do that stuff, me and my friends. And it was just so much fun, so nostalgic. This was like my teenage years, and it was just massive game to play. So, GoldenEye. Right up there. I wish they would do, I guess a remaster of that game. That game would do if you remastered it and put it on PC, that game would do gangbusters, big time. So love GoldenEye.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Remnant there. Game. Shout out to Remnant.
Yeah.
We follow each other on Twitter. This dude pre-orders every goddamn game. I got to give him his props, man. He has
hell yeah.
He showed me his receipt, and oh my god, the thing is so freaking long. He must have he probably has like 20, 25 games pre-ordered right now.
Damn.
So big gamer right there.
That's
sick. Give him his props.
Love it. Yeah. So Tori, that's where's your gold medal? This is the gold.
Yeah. The gold.
This is the gold.
You made me think of an honorable mention to GoldenEye because I did play GoldenEye a lot, but I played Perfect Dark more.
Oh, Perfect Dark was sick.
Yeah, because like my friends all had it and we play, and I didn't Perfect Dark have like GoldenEye levels in it or something, or some sort of modifications they had. I can't remember exactly, but like using like the sentry gun and all that was like so much fun. So
yeah,
played that a lot too on N64.
Nice.
But yeah, this was so hard for me because before getting into Counter-Strike, we all got the Xbox when it came out. That was like the biggest thing. Like that was like, oh my god, there's all this, this new tech and the massive release of Halo 1. That was like, oh my gosh, everyone had it. Everyone had it in my town and even the town next over. And we would all come over and take our Xboxes and put them together. One of my good friends.
Oh, like System Link.
System Link.
You can do the System Link. Yeah.
You could do the System Link. And oh, sorry, I'm just leading this. GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were the games to play for sure back in the day.
For sure.
Yeah, N64 era. Yeah, that was so much fun. But yeah, System Link for Halo was like the most fun thing because what we would do, my buddy had this house where his room was above the garage, and we had maxed out how many? I think you could do 4 TVs, right?
Yeah.
4 TVs and Xbox to each one. So you could do 4 players, 8, 12, 16 max, right?
Which was like so much. Yeah. So you could still do 4-player split screen with the 4 different Xboxes and the 4 different TVs. And so it got pretty wild.
Really wild. So we have these parties that we'd play it till 3 a.m, and his parents didn't care because they were in the house next door over. So it was like the most fun. It got to the point where we would have clans, and we would go to the town next over and battle them and all these kind of things and have tournaments.
I like clans. We got the clans, bro. We got it's us versus them.
It's
Fuck those guys.
Our clan versus them, and it was so much fun. And then before Halo 2 came out, they found out how to take Halo 1 online. Did you guys ever do that?
I didn't know. Halo 1. No. Halo 2 was the one that I played multiplayer on.
Mm-hmm. So they had this hack, and I can't remember who figured it out, one of my friends, but you could play Halo 1 online. There was a way to do it before Halo 2 came out. And it was like, we all would play that online with people. It was like the coolest thing. So yeah, it was such a toss-up for me for Counter-Strike and Halo, but Halo was like the original, like this whole clan of people, of all my friends coming together and have this super fun time for hours on end until 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those late night ones. Says currently stuck with Xbox, Switch, and PC until November 7th. Gave it and traded it early. They got you, bro.
He was on the fence. Like, should I trade it in? So yep, sure
Halo
enough.
1 LAN parties. Yeah,
they were the best. Yeah.
So that was your honorable mention. Yeah.
Which one? Perfect
Dark. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just because that was another one that I would play a lot with my friends. I mean, it's so hard because Counter-Strike, Halo, Counter-Strike, me and my brothers all got into PC gaming. We'd all have a computer in each one of our rooms. And I remember those nights where somebody was downloading something and be like, lag. We're just yelling at each other, lag. I'm in a freaking match.
Fucking lag.
Fucking lag.
My wife hates me for that.
Remember those days? The lag. Oh man.
I had 2 roommates.
Halo was your gold, yeah?
Yeah, Halo would have to be the gold one just because
Halo's your gold.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Frenchie, what's your gold?
So my gold is kind of odd, but I want to throw another honorable mention. Black Ops 3. I had 2 roommates and we would all play on the same Wi-Fi connection. So we would always say fucking lag. We would scream at each other across each other's rooms and stuff.
Honestly, we say that in Street Fighter to this day. Fucking lag, dude. I missed my combo. Fucking lag. Fucking lag. It would be like this motherfucker's lag switching. He needs to get off that Fisher Price internet, bro. Yeah, we get super mad about that.
Yeah, so let's see. Spheromancer says, man, Halo was so significant back in the day. I'm like 5 years different from y'all, but I remember Halo 3 the same way you remember Halo 1. Uniting everyone. I think it was actually my first non-Nintendo game. Shame what Halo is today.
I know.
At least they try.
I know.
Do they though? I mean, 343 has shit the bed so many times. How many more chances do they get to get it right?
I mean, I'm going to blame that on owner or on leadership because apparently, from what I understand, with Halo Infinite, they were using contractors, so the turnaround was wild, and people couldn't really, they had to take a moment of time to learn the system and the engine. So they were just, I feel like that team was just in disarray the whole development time, and it shows.
Yeah.
But I guess the multiplayer is still good. I don't know. Nobody really talks about it anymore, but it's nothing compared to the old days.
There you go, old days. I feel like we're all the old guys where the golden era of video gaming was before the internet kind of took over.
Started on my grandfather was a head tech for a school district, so I was spoiled and had a Windows DOS and Mac back in the day. That's cool, man. That's cool.
I remember playing Prince of Persia on my Mac.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember T1 lines? Oh man, those were the shit back in the day, man.
Back in the Napster
you were on a T1 and everybody else was rocking that 28.8.
No.
Bro, you were killing the game if you had a T1 line, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
T3s.
all right, so I'm the gold medal.
I haven't gone yet. I haven't gone yet. My gold.
Sorry about that, brother.
So mine is. It's not like a massively known game. It did get Game of the Year at one point.
Oh, okay.
But this is a co-op game that I played with my wife. Mind you, my wife doesn't play video games, but we played this entire thing together.
I know what this is.
A year later, I played the entire thing again with my brother-in-law, the PS4 version. And this is It Takes Two.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
This game is a fucking blast from beginning to end. Yeah. It just has a lot of unique ideas. The puzzle solving is really reliant on both of you. Like you can't progress unless both of you are contributing to this particular puzzle. It keeps the gameplay fresh. I feel like every level had its own unique mechanic. It has kind of a heartfelt story, very lighthearted. Although it can be deep depending on how you interpret it. But this game was just one of those games that put a smile on your face the entire time. So yeah, I played with my wife. She loved it.
That's so cool.
My brother-in-law loved it. I don't know if you guys have played it yet.
I have
not. Yeah.
I played it. I started it.
Tori, we should play that game together and finish off a good old fashioned love. Oh, you finished it? Dang, I need somebody to play with.
I didn't finish it. I started it. But
okay.
I would love to play that with you, dude.
I would love to hear you guys play that game.
Yeah,
because it's so fun.
You know what we could do? Yeah, we could do like a co-stream of it.
I'll be sick. Yeah. I would love to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool ideas in that game. It's what?
I have it on Switch.
Yeah, it's on Switch. It's on everything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is it crossplay?
I don't know.
I don't think it's crossplay though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roman says you're cranking through with the T1. Fuck yeah, you were, dude.
Yeah. Especially Halo with the maps.
Yeah. Dude, until you put LimeWire on your shit and you got like 1 million viruses.
Yeah.
Like all I want is to listen to the fucking new Metallica album, bro. Like what's happening right now? Halo MP is good, but not groundbreaking. Halo 1 through 3 all felt like they were ahead of their time. Wasn't Halo 1 like the first ever SPF where you use both joysticks to move and aim? I think. I
don't know.
And then he says, nah, Sphere Dreamcast. So good shout. Good knowledge there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's the first mainstream game, the super mainstream game that you did, but who's to say? All right. I can't believe nobody has said this because I feel like we've all done it. And my gold medal is probably depending. I mean, and again, this is another one where it's like multiple games, but I'm kind of just combining them into a genre. Mm-hmm. But I feel like this was like a fucking party game that even casuals would do. And that's Guitar Hero / Rock Band. Yeah. And like, dude, how many of the fucking equipment did people have? And you go like, dude, you guys want to play Rock Band? And you go play Rock Band for so long that when you looked at other things, like your vision would scroll upwards because you played it for so long. You can look at the wall and see notes going upwards. And you're just like, whoa, dude. But yeah, just so much fun. And the fact that it was centered around music so that like more casual players were into playing it. I remember Guitar Hero 3 specifically was like my favorite. I mean, beating through Fire and the Flames on expert the first time. 1, my fingers were just about bleeding, but 2, it was such like a almost like fatiguing, like orgasmic feeling at the end. You're just like, fuck, I did it. You know, and it was just so cool, man. And just, again, everything felt so cool. I go back and, Fortnite has its like festival mode or whatever, and there's a little bit of that in there. And I try to do it on the controller. It's not as intuitive, but I'm just like, I'm never buying a fucking guitar again. But we all had like 4 guitars and the drum set and, everything. So
the mic,
it was insane. Yeah. Yeah. The singing was weird because you could be, nobody, first of all, nobody wanted to be the singer. Right.
I did. Karaoke, man.
See, you would have been the best. I
love it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. I just think that Rock Band and Guitar Hero really set aside a genre, and to the point where they burned everybody out on it because they just kept coming out with new titles. But while it was there, tossing back a beer or 2 or 7. Mm-hmm. And playing Rock Band until 3 o'clock in the morning, until your neighbors call the cops because you were being too loud. That happened to us once or twice. Super fun. You got exposed to music that maybe you didn't really know about or listen to from old, older jams. I remember a friend of mine who's like younger than me, still friends to this day. He had never heard Black Magic Woman by Santana, and I was just like, what? Mm-hmm. Like that's an amazing song. And then he got to be exposed to that in Guitar Hero for the first time, and it was really cool, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Rock Band was one of the first games I played with my roommates when I got my house.
Okay,
so when I bought my house in 2010, I rented out the other rooms, but I was still living there. And obviously, I had cool roommates. I didn't just pick anybody, but yeah, Rock Band was a cool one. I was the drummer, my wife was the singer, and my other two guys were there. They were the guitar and bass or whatever it was. I never played Guitar Hero, but Rock Band was cool.
Rock Band was cool.
Did you guys
ever turning greater than Counter-Strike and COD? I played Unreal. I played a lot of Quake. I played Quake.
Quake as well. Yeah, I have stories about that.
Did
you guys ever play the guitar, like the actual real guitar that plugs into the...
Oh, what's that one? Rocksmith? Is that yes? Where it actually teaches you real guitar, or at least
got
like
that for PlayStation 3, and I used to play that all the time. It was really fun. It was really
Could
cool.
you go into Guitar Hero and pick up a guitar and like actually like strum out some shit, or did it like
I had my own. I had like my own guitar, like legit guitar, and you could plug it in. They had an attachment that would plug into the controller, or into the PS3 through USB, I believe.
That's cool. Yeah, that thing
was really cool.
It always looked super intimidating to me because I have like short, fat fingers. So like I tried to play guitar when I was younger, and it just didn't really go well for me. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm never going to be Bach on the piano. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be Eddie Van Halen on the guitar. So it always, but it looked like, I mean, what a great idea. You know, you turned video game into education.
Yeah,
you know, in a fun way. So,
and they still have it. I think there's newer versions of it out. I should look into it again.
I'm sure they have like at least some type of mods that you could do on at least on PC. I can't imagine that they wouldn't. PC would make so much sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Epic Games. I went to the Epic Games website, and I guess Unreal Tournament is still a thing. It looks like they're making like a modern version of it. It looks like the old maps.
Yeah.
It says pre.
Well, I mean, you think about like Unreal Engine, right?
Cool. Yeah.
So Unreal.
Shoot, I want to play that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just type Unreal Tournament, the Epic Games, like the first link will pop up.
Oh yeah.
It had that map in space where it was like 2 lanes.
A new beginning. So it's in like pre-alpha right now. Yeah, they're doing a new Unreal Tournament.
I'm so down for that.
That's sick, dude. I'll play that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, this was the first edition of the Gamer Games. No platinum this week, but there's always next week. So we'll have a new top 3 for you guys next week. And any closing thoughts, comments, questions, remarks before we get out of here tonight, fellas?
I just have one statement. Damn, it feels good to be a PS5 Pro owner.
That's right. Did you see that people were... So I saw on Twitter, people were reporting the eBay links for people selling their PS5 pre-order, and they're all getting taken down because you're not allowed to do that.
That's amazing.
You're not allowed to list something that you don't physically own yet.
That's great.
But they still have the order, so they'll just repost it.
They still have. Well, do they though? Like that's the thing. How do you know if they do or not? And that was always my problem. I'm like, how do you know if they really have this thing, right? Like, what I'm gonna do if I really don't get it, one of the things I'm actually thinking about doing is waiting for it on StockX, and I know it'll be a couple $100s of premium or whatever. But like I know StockX actually has it. I bought shoes from there. I've
never heard of this.
I think, I bought my Switch OLED from there actually when they went really good.
Oh, really?
I just wanted one. Yeah. They marked it up like $100.
It's not. It's a web.
Oh, yeah, StockX.com. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never heard of it either. I'm on there.
It's big. Like, and that's surprising for me, Frenchie. It's big for like the Jordan sneakers, like the sneakerheads.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they all trade like the Jordan. Like when you open up StockX, the first thing you're going to see is Jordans.
I was going to say something, but
yeah, so really cool.
No,
but,
I'm stoked for yeah. I'm down to do It Takes Two, and then get Zelda in.
So let's play through Zelda first because I'm excited about that game and I want to play it. So let's kind of compare notes and see where we are. Let's see how deep we can dive into this thing for next week.
I might have to buy it too now.
You should buy it. Just buy it, dude. Just buy it. I'm still super early. You have time.
I never buy new release games.
Just go listen. Fire up your dusty Switch, attach to the eStore, and or drive and buy it from a physical retailer. It's gonna take the same amount of time because the eStore is slower than dog shit. But download it and we'll all play it. Maybe next week we can do like an extensive, kind of mid-level thoughts on it, which would be kind of fun. Because honestly, just listen. Spheromancer, you motherfucker. We had a good thing going. He said, "Go Dodgers." This guy.
Hey, the Padres won tonight.
They did. So they're playing the Dodgers next in the divisional round. So he's giving it to me because I got that. San Diego
that's right. Because it's just two wins, right? And you move
and you move on. So, so we can all touch base on it. I think that would be really fun. I'm going to say go Padres is my final thoughts. It's a good game tonight.
No, we appreciate you, Spheromancer.
Yeah, absolutely. Either way. Yeah.
Even though you have
I mean, listen, it's good little baseball shit talk never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Always fun. So, and again, Frenchie, go out and buy Echoes of Wisdom, dude.
I think I will because I have nothing but VR games this month. So like when I don't want to do VR, something to just sit on the bed or couch or whatever, just kind of go through it.
It's a great one to play in handheld. Really, you're not missing anything by not playing it on the TV.
I need a new screen protector though. Freaking the one I have is really old and gross.
I don't have a screen protector on mine.
I don't have one on mine either.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
No.
I noticed that when I put my Switch in the dock, it looks like there's a bunch of scratches from just putting it in there so many times.
Probably,
yeah. So
but the screen protector adds like a little bit of width or whatever. You know what I mean? And also, I know that I don't want it docked, so I don't even put it in the dock to charge it. I literally attach it directly to the USB.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
I tell you how I set up my Switch, and I literally lay in bed and have one of those like goosenecks that goes over my bed. So I'm literally laying on my back, and I have the OLED screen right in front of my face as I play.
That's cool. That's cool.
Wait, I like it. You're laying back and it's like just floating above you?
Yeah, it's just floating above me with a gooseneck attachment. Yeah, I love it.
And do you have your controllers, your Joy-Cons in each hand?
Yep.
Yeah, or I actually just use my Pro controller.
Oh, that's cool, man. I like that.
It's so comfortable, bro. I'm telling you got to try it. I'm just like, it's so good.
It's relaxing.
He's literally just like, see, I just rest it on my fat gut right here, and it's just like a perfect stand, and I'm just like, all right, cool.
put a bowl of cereal on your gut and just rest it against the bowl.
Eating over.
Yeah,
right on, guys.
All right, that was a great show, guys. Thank you for joining us. Spheromancer, Remnant, always love you guys in here as always. Jordan showed up at the beginning, called us girls. That was great. Always loved it. At least nobody wants to eat tricks out of your booty hole this week. So
it was Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Sorry, I don't want. Listen, cereal's important, man. Cereal's important. On the count. Oh, Captain Crunch. Okay, Frenchie.
The best cereal ever created is Cinegram Toast Crunch.
Cinegram Toast Crunch.
Yeah, Cinegram Toast Crunch.
Toast Crunch.
Wait,
it's better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinegram.
Yeah, it comes in a blue box. The best cereal you'll ever have in your life.
Oh, I see this. Is it actually? So this. Wait. This is a mix of the two cereals, right?
Oh, it is.
Technically, no, but it's kind of like Golden Grams and Cinnamon Toast.
Yeah. Crunch. Okay. Interesting. Can you still buy this?
Pretty good.
Oh, it's on Walmart. Of course, you can buy this.
They got it at Target.
Walmart, baby. They got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
I want to review.
My wife's favorite is Waffle Crisp, but it's hard to find. So I buy it on Amazon for her at times.
Nice.
But no, I'm a Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy, so I'll definitely try Cinegram Toast Crunch. I'm not even messing around with it. Okay. We'll be good. Shout outs to Captain Crunch as well, though. Like, are you just straight Captain Crunch or you crunch berries?
I like the berries.
No, I was saying if it would hurt to have that eaten out of my butthole.
Oh yeah. All right, what's your cereal of choice, Tori?
Lucky Charms, I'd be okay with that.
What's your cereal choice, Tori?
So this is another nostalgic thing because when I was a little kid, my mom wouldn't let me have Cookie Crisp.
Oh, Cookie Crisp, hell yeah! Is that even a cereal or is it just like little mini famous cookies that you just
That's exactly what she thought it was.
It's amazing.
That's exactly what she thought it was, and she wouldn't let me have it. And so when I finally got it, I was slightly disappointed, but still, I liked it.
Nice. So I have two. So I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I really do. But my two favorite when I was growing up and still to this day, one is Rice Chex. And it's the plainest fucking cereal. And I don't know why I like it so much, but I really do.
Did you play the game?
Man. No.
There was a first-person shooter PC game that came out for that.
Rice Chex? Oh my God.
Came with the cereal. Did you ever
play
that?
Hell yeah. What?
Dude, look this up. I'm not kidding. When this came out, I was like,
oh my God, it's called Chex Quest.
Chex Quest, bro. You have to play this.
Ridiculous. Okay,
and there's a sequel. It's amazing.
That is so random.
It came out probably in the maybe late 90s when like Windows 95 was going on.
Hold on.
It says you can download it on Steam.
Hold on, fellas.
Deep dive into this, bro.
Hold the fuck on right now. Listen to this music.
Yes. I played the shit out of this game. I played this so much when I was a little kid.
It's a Wolfenstein clone.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's no blood. No blood. There's green blood.
What is that?
This is so obscure. Water.
Why is he slurping?
All right, I think we've seen enough.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, I will not be playing that. That looks preposterously bad. Holy crap. Well, all right, fellas, that was fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It was a fun time. We got through our first top 3. There's going to be more of that coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. So for Frenchie, for Tori, for myself, thank you as always for joining us. And until next time, goodbye.